right, good afternoon, fellow brick kickers. Here we are. Today is a double feature, double recording day of podcast, but we wanted to take advantage of a nice day. I'm here, Andrew Fox, with Rob Klaus, and we are here to talk about some cool things that we as inspectors are taking into the house with us. And first and foremost, we're pulling up in something like this, a vehicle. This one happens to be branded. All of the brick kicker inspectors will have some type of identifier on them, whether it's their logo on their shirts, a wrap, or a magnet on their truck. But that's the first and foremost telltale sign that you got a brick kicker on site ready to do the inspection. But here we're going to talk about some tools today, right?
Yeah, awesome. How we carry our tools and what we're using on our normal inspections.
Cool. Voila, we've got a ladder, multi-purpose ladder, and then the tool bag, all full of sorts of goodies. And I haven't made the evolution yet like Rob has, and he's going to share what that is, but I got my kind of a clunky ladder and my big mouth clunky tool bag, and I take this with me. And the challenge as inspectors is that we're playing with all sorts of cool tools, but then we're setting things down. We're going here, we need an outlet tester, we need a gas meter, a low voltage, all sorts of things, and I can't tell you how many times tools get lost. Right?
I think I've outfitted 5 inspectors in 30 years, just in stuff I've lost.
Right? Oh, man. So what do you take with you, Rob, when you go into a house?
I do have a bag. And my bag has got my surplus tools. Mm-hmm. Most of them are redundant tools, but there's a couple of specialized tools in my bag. But I'll tell you, this is on my hip. It's called a bully bag. It's got a little paddle on there. It sits on my hip, and it's got everything I need to do my job. So I really don't even need these. Yeah. But I have found a lot of my clients have a perception that if you don't bring enough tools, you didn't do a good enough job.
Right.
Even if I never touch the tools. But I do bring a bag in. I've always got my drop cloth. We have these awesome branded canvas drop cloths, and the reason we really got them is because they're they don't slide, and so we can put our ladder on hardwood with this down and feel very comfortable that we're not going to fall on our noses or any other appendage that falls first, and so we have that. But I won the shot. I found this bully bag at a trade show this year, and about 3 years ago, I was out with Jordan Bird. So shout out to Jordan if you're watching this. He was using a little pouch. Mm-hmm. And he had all the stuff in there. And it was a nice little electrician's pouch. And then I went out with Mark Martin. Another shout out with Mark. And so Jordan is in Baltimore. Mark is in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And they're both using these pouches. I was always using bags and could fit in my pants. And I can't tell you how many pairs of pants I have that have holes in the pockets.
Oh, yeah. Your knife, your outlet tester, puncturing it.
Because you wear it the same way every time. It's like mm-hmm. somebody with their wallet,
right?
That always has the wallet burns. And so I said, you know what? I think I'm going to start with a pouch. And so I said, hey, here comes some tools. Amazon truck. And so I started using the pouch. And then now Jordan, he uses actually an inspector's vest, and he's got all of his tools,
That's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool, unique way to do it.
They make some really neat ones, but I don't have the body mold that really fits the vest real well. They either sag in one spot or bulge out in another, but that's a whole nother podcast that we'll talk about. But I found this bag, and I just want to show it off. It is just the coolest bag.
Bully bag, and we met them at the ASHI conference, the American Society of Home Inspectors National Conference in New Orleans this year. New Orleans, great town. But the ASHI conference is not only an educational conference, but they've got a vendor booth or vendor show in the convention hall, and Bully Bag was there. I think they're out of Vegas.
They're out of Kansas City.
Kansas City. We got a new operation in Kansas City, so. That's awesome. But Bully Bag, shout out to you guys. You guys put a very quality product together. This thing is durable. It probably, you could probably pack it. You probably got everything I got in this big mouth tool bag is probably put in this Bully Bag.
Well, let's take a look what's in here.
That's cool.
So with the Bully Bag, there's a spot up here for cards. I'll tell you, I probably the one thing I don't love about it is the spot for cards. These things really get butchered up. These are my emergency cards. for that last straggle family member that showed up and I ran out of cards in my pocket.
You probably put your license card or something in there.
Something in there, yeah. Or your Centra card or something like that for access. We are, now that we have this really good relationship with this company, we're going to start having these branded with the Brick Kicker logo on it. I understand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a nice personal touch. We still got the branding for Bully Bag, but then Brick Kicker, that's going to look sharp if that was stitched in white.
Yeah.
That'll look really sharp.
I attached my outlet tester.
Oh, man, I can't tell you. I could probably go through 24 outlet testers a year.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
And so I attached that to this, and so I can walk around with that. I attached a magnet to here as well. And so when I take a screw off, an electric panel, it sits right there. And so that makes it really, really easy. It's a really nice little magnet.
Oh, that's great.
To hold things. And so I attached that to there. Mm-hmm. In this pocket, I have placed my moisture meter.
Oh, man. Nice and compact.
Yep. So I carry my moisture meter with me, so I'm not running back to my bag to get my moisture meter. On this side, I've got another spot for another gimmick. I haven't figured out what I want to put there yet, but that's to be determined.
A Centra card, or who knows?
If I
or backup. Or...
Yep. If I want to act like a janitor, I can attach my keys to here. But this is a very strong built-in latch. We have we have one that slides on easy, and we have a clip one where if you're using, let's say you're using a C2. Mm-hmm. If you're using a C2,
actually,
thermal camera. You got one?
I think I got one of those.
So what I've seen other people do with the C2 is they actually attach their C2 to this lanyard.
That's perfect, because this is light enough, it's not going to pull or weigh things down.
Or you'll attach the C2 to here.
Because that is a constant trip back to the bag.
And that's
annoying. Or you can put it in your pocket, but that's great. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. And so that's really worked out well for me. It doesn't have, and it's the one thing it didn't really have when we found them, is, see my belly too much. The one thing it really didn't have, that I wish it had, is it doesn't have a good spot for a flashlight. But I'm using a mini stinger, and my mini stinger fits in that pocket without fail. So I like that. So now when we open this up, this is where Felix the cat comes in. If you don't know who that is, Google it. I carry an E5.
That beast just came out. That monstrosity just came out of here. But that's a phenomenal tool.
So I have my E5 combustible gas detector, 2 thermometers for HVAC, COVID-19 emergency mask in case I blow a hole in another one. I have my gloves.
It's like the magician's top hat. You keep pulling. Where's the rabbit?
I have a razor knife for entrance into things that are painted. I have my various, I call these very expensive duct marking equipment. Sharpie markers for when I have to do various autograph sessions. Non-contact voltage sniffer. I use this one because it's got a flashlight in case mine breaks, and as well as the other. Little electrical tape. A 2-prong wiggy. A 6-in-1.
Beautiful.
Extra. A pen. And the tool that no inspector should be without. A golf ball for levelness. I open up this pouch where it's easy to get to. Is my microwave leak detector.
Beautiful.
And in the front pouch, which is easy to get to, I have more gloves. And then I have emergency
pepper spray,
easy to get to. And then I have, it's tough to see, I have screws.
That's always good. You come across those, that brings up a good point. We've seen that in the past. An electric panel inspection gets done, and maybe there's only one screw holding it on. It's a pointed screw. I would go on the air of side of caution and say, hey, the Brick Kicker is going to put that extra second or third screw in there to keep that thing secure, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why it's cool to have a few of these on hand.
I have Square D, I have Siemens, and I have Cutler Hammer here. So I have enough to do whatever I need to do. But the other thing I have the screws for I have no time in my day to go find missing screws. And so if a screw drops on the floor and it starts scooting around, I'll give it a half a second, don't find it. I go to my bag and grab another one because I want to make sure that I keep working and not spending all my time looking for a lost screw.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
All this came from this. And it's got this nice, you can put a tape measure here. It's got you can hang it when you get home. But this slides right in. You don't need to feed your belt through there.
No.
Right? That's got to be the easiest part.
That was the one thing when I was carrying this, and then my small little tool bag fit over my belt and it velcroed on. But it wasn't much weight to it. But then to put this on my lap or my belt, I had to take my belt off. So I'm standing in front of somebody's house, taking down my belt, and people are staring at me again. So that's where I really think the advantage of a bag like this is with the paddle drop, and it's comfortable. Now, if you don't want to use some of these things and you want to make it a little lighter, it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Yeah, for pens, there's still more spots that you could very easily take and leave these in your large bag until you get to those sections that you want to use it for. But since I do a lot of the industrial work, I'm constantly relying on my infrared camera in all systems of the building, and so I need to have that handy.
Yeah, the big guy for the big jobs. Otherwise, we got the small guy, which we found would be a great little addition to the bully bag. So, wow. So the bully bag, you guys did bully bag. You guys did a great job with this product. We're excited to see what our logo looks like on this, and I'm pretty confident, speaking on behalf of the entire company, both our local and franchise operations, that a tool like this would really set us apart with some branding on it, and then make your inspections very efficient, safe, because you don't have to make frequent trips, and you keep it all on you at all times. So kudos to Bully Bag. Rob, anything else on tools?
No, just stay safe. Don't understand how to use your tool and what tool to use for the job.
YouTube will always come in handy. You don't want to be the one inspection and use your tool for the very first time, because that client's going to be looking at you pretty funny. So
it'd be like opening up a gift with mittens on.
Oh, yay. Awesome. So, hey, tools, we can't leave home without them. We use lots of tools on our inspections. We want to be safe when we're doing it. That's why the mask, whether it's a fabric mask like this, a cloth mask, that is the newest tool to hit our bags, and we're going to continue to carry that tool on us, and that will be around our face. We will keep them around our necks when we're outside, or if there's no one with us, but we will respect the occupants of the home as well as our clients and agents by wearing a mask when the appropriation calls for it. So thank you all for listening to another on the spot episode of Brick Kickin with Andrew Fox and Rob Klaus, and until next time, click the subscribe button below and we'll keep adding more.
Whatever that button is.
Up.
Is it here? Is it there?
One way. Anyways, we're learning as we go, so thanks guys, stay tuned and be safe.